This week on the Spotlight, we talk to the newest Bull. We'll introduce you. You'll hear his story. And then we'll have some championship trivia from Salerno's. That's a premier team and former champion. And then we'll do some flashing back. Hockey's back, and we'll have our own highlights from the 90s. And we'll also have some Chicago Bulls from the 90s, players from Yugoslavia and stuff this week. Check out my website, benkowski.com, for my weekly article and up-to-the-minute trivia sites. From wherever Chicago sports teams are making news, it's the 25th year of the Sports Spotlight. Flowers for every imaginable occasion at Lansing Floral Shop. Call them at 708-474-1212. They deliver. Trivia returns to Jack Desmond's Irish Pub Wednesday, January 23rd at 7:30 p.m. $10 domestic buckets on Wednesday. Of course, it's at 10339 South Ridgeland. And last time out, We're Still Here won the game. Want to get a haircut from a great hairstylist? Call mine, Rose Murillo, 312-726-2201. With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. Time to get to Tanks, a very fun bar at 124th and Western. They got the outdoor beer garden going strong in this beautiful weather. Beanbag games. They're open Monday through Friday at 10 a.m., Saturday and Sunday at noon. You can watch the Sox, you can watch the Cubs, your favorite NFL games, daily specials. Tanks, 124th and Western.
Hi, my name is Rose, and I've been a skilled hairstylist for over 10 years. I specialize in men's haircuts and in corrective color. Come visit me at Salon 203 at 203 North LaSalle, 312-726-2201. And while you're at it, come in and get a shoe shine and a shave. It's a great place where a man can be a man.
Las Fuentes, great Mexican cuisine at 115th and Pulaski. They have a great bar, wonderful drinks, fabulous chicken, beef, pork, steak, and a wide range of great menu items. Las Fuentes on Pulaski. Ignat's Ristorante in the Italian neighborhood at 2421 South Oakley has chicken Vesuvio and cacciatore, steak Isabella, veal parmesan, and they're featured on Chicago's Best Time Out, Chicago, 190 North, Chicago Magazine, Ignat's Ristorante, and my trivia there too. We're back on the Spotlight. It's time to talk Bulls basketball. And there's a new kid in town, but I feel like cueing the Eagles song, Daquan Cook. He is from Ohio, I've learned today. He'll tell you more about that. Went to Ohio State, in fact, and has been around for a few years, but he's still only 25. He's got a lot of gasoline left in the tank, and the Bulls are looking for somebody maybe to break this thing up and give him some of the outside shooting that they have lacked all year. And so they bring him in, see what he can do, and he has a little bit to tell about himself, and we were among the first to get him with any kind of detail. So we welcome you to the Bulls. It's an organization that's well known around the league for being good with treating players and such. What have you heard about it before you came here?
Like you said, a great organization. Always heard good things about it, and looking forward to being a part of it right now.
Talk a little bit about what kind of role they have talked to you about, or any conversations you had with the coaching staff.
Not really. But if anything, I know my role. Knock down shots and be prepared whenever my name is called upon. It's the most important thing.
Coach Tibbs is known for being a real taskmaster on the defensive end, and a lot of times people seem to earn minutes with their initial defensive showing. How do you feel about that?
That's the key to winning, and I'm also a fan of that, knowing how important it is, to defend, and know how much time, you get from defending and being a great defender and team defender. So, I got really good experience with that and a good understanding of, what it's going to take for me to be on this team.
I guess you earned some of that as a Big Ten player and then some hard-nosed basketball, right? Tell us a little bit beyond that. Where were your early roots in basketball? Where were you playing when you were 8, 10 years old, and who did you look up to then?
I was playing, in Dayton, Ohio, small little city. Grew up watching Michael Jordan, a big fan of him. Other than that, it was just, just playing around with my friends that I grew up with, to this day. So that's about it.
Were you aware that John Paxson's from the Dayton area?
Yeah. I actually found that out later down the line when I became closer to getting ready to come to the NBA. I found out that he was from my area.
Yeah. In fact, I think his brother Jim actually played for them.
Yeah, he went to Ulster, so yeah, I kind of got some inside scoop on that.
A little bit more about your early days. A lot of the people that I talked to, they were, the biggest kid on their block or whatnot, and they played a lot of post and then gradually, changed positions. Were you a big kid who grew early?
Not really. I didn't grow early. I grew late, 7th, 8th grade. Growing up, I was more of a point guard, didn't shoot as much. But as I got older and got to middle school, I started to grow a little bit more. And that's when I started working on different parts of my game.
So that gives you the versatility to be, a ball handler when needed, but still have shooting skills.
Yeah, no question. I mean, them are the things you work on growing up, dribble, pass, and shooting, them the main 3 things growing up that you work on. And, I continue to do that to this day.
Could you remind us of some of the players who were big in the Big Ten when you were playing?
Had a couple guys from Wisconsin. I can't think of his name from Wisconsin. It was a point guard, Taylor. Then you had
Anybody from Illinois? Michigan State?
Michigan State. You had Drew Neitzel. Was it Neitzel? Yeah, Neitzel was there at a Michigan State.
Your team was okay, right?
Yeah. We had Ron Lewis, Jamar Butler was there with us. Ivan Harris played with us. Other than that, everybody else was young.
Well, it's funny how there's a different perspective on young. I looked at your age in the roster, born in 1987. I said, he's pretty young. And then I was talking to Marcus over there. He's an incredible 6 years younger than you. What do you think when you see that?
It's crazy. I came in at the same age he did. So, I can kind of relate to what, him coming in at that age. But, it's just a big different age group coming in. It's a lot of guys coming in at 19, 20 years old now. So, it's a big difference.
To finish up, your team is, kind of coming along and, battling incredibly well without Derrick Rose. And, I'm wondering what you think is going to happen in the next month or so, while you buy time till he arrives.
We're going to continue to get better. That's the most important thing for this team. We continue to get better as a whole. Everybody get to continue to knowing each other on the court, creating chemistry, to continue to win. And that's the most important thing right now, and we're doing that as a whole.
All right, we'll be looking for you to knock down those shots and maybe something as the clock's winding down with 3 seconds left in the ball game.
All right, thank you.
Okay, appreciate it. You've got to get to Lansing Floral Shop. Open at 8 a.m. daily. Besides a great array of live flowers, they have custom silks, Bridgewater candles. They want you to plan your parties early at a wide delivery area. They're located at 3420 Ridge Road in Lansing, or you can call 708-474-1212. Weddings, funerals, birthdays, anniversaries, and guys, try the No Reason flower. Believe me, it works. Lansing Floral Shop. Give them a call, 708-474-1212. Kelly's Tavern has Benkowski Trivia Friday, January 18th, and again on the 25th at 8 p.m. Come out and play, bring your friends. It's at 44th and Wallace, We have a great time with it. So we'll be looking for you at Kelly's Tavern, 44th and Wallace, for fun, trivia, and more. McKell's Inn, where good friends meet for a cool one. 3259 West 111th Street, just west of Kedzie. Tuesdays and Thursdays, they have $1.50 domestic bottles, $4 Guinness every day. Great people, great staff. And the next trivia show is Monday, January 28th. Be there and have a good time at McKell's Inn, 3259 West 111th Street. Bring your car to Quick Stop Muffler and Brake at 95th and Pulaski, and they'll fix it right. They also do shocks and struts, free estimates. Call them at 708-423-3700. They're very thorough in their work, and they have very competitive pricing. Quick Stop Muffler and Brake, 95th and Pulaski. You've got to get to Amelia's Bar and Grill at 46th and Halsted. They're open for lunch and dinner daily, private parties and catering. It's a very unique mixture of fine dining and Mexican specialties created by the amazing chef Eusebio Garcia. So go to Amelia's, 46th and Halsted. You'll be glad you did. We're back on the spotlight at the 2012 Benkowski Trivia Championship match at Salerno's at Grandin Racine, as you see right there. And so taking it away with the questions, I'll be asking them. Whatever. One-word answer. She won a Best Actress in the 80s.
Cher.
Cher is right. It's a 90s. And the Team Cobblestone with Good Instincts. It's a 970. J&B. In the 70s, two women were two-time winners of Best Actress. Glenda Jackson and this woman. Five seconds. Jane Fonda is correct for 100. J&B to 830. And the actresses are done for this section. Still have some Name That Tune for the Jacks All-Stars. Here we go. One-word answer, 1997.
All around the world, statues crumble for me. Who knows how long I've loved you.
Okay. Fly is correct. Sugar Ray at the... we go to the Chili Dogs. Here you go with your Name That Tune. From 1994, 3 words.
In my eyes, indisposed, in disguise as no one knows.
Black Hole Sun is right. From 1994, and you improved to 860. Game tightening. And Morning Wood.
Let's do it.
1985.
You guys want to do this guitar, he's 1 feet off.
Well, I feel like I'm in the 6th grade playground again. Wait a minute, I am. 1985. 6-word title. Go ahead.
There's a room where the light won't find you, holding hands while the walls come tumbling down.
Everybody wants to rule the world.
Everybody Wants to Rule the World is correct for 90. Morning Wood to 1240. Day 1 was my manager, Jake. And we lost Jake this past fall. And he was an avid player of the game. He signed me up for all kinds of games. He has Danny and I shooting video there when the Bears play. And his great enthusiasm and love for sport and love for people is carried on in this award. The first 2012 Benkowski Trivia Jake Award goes to the Rookie Team of the Year. This is an impact team who hadn't played my game before, but has done so in a dramatic fashion. And they are part of a really intense location. But they play independently. They're playing independently today. The 2012 Jake Award for Rookie Team of the Year goes to the Chili Dogs.
Steve Vaughn Award goes to.
And you know, with the intensity of the rivalries, which are developing as we speak, I think no kinder words could come than Team Cobblestone's hearty applause for their new arch rivals. All right, let's get into it. 4th quarter action. We got Name That Tune, we got actresses, we got TV 80s and 2000s, and Jack's All-Stars. Let's go. Words. I know you know this. It's okay.
When everything's a little clearer in the light of day.
Afternoon Delight is correct. And that's certainly music to many people's ears. All right, so Chili Dog's trying to get to 1,000. And we will have more trivia from Salerno's the Benkowski 2012 title match next week, right here on the Spotlight. With a 30-year Southwest Side tradition, Huck Finn is open 24 hours to serve you with great breakfasts like the Becky Thatcher, soups, great lunches, 1/3 pound burgers, clubs, and much more. Dinners from seafood to steaks to pasta, great donuts, and ice creams. With 3 locations at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. Stop in today. You know Huck Finn is open. You've got to get to Lansing Floral Shop. Open at 8 a.m. daily. Besides a great array of live flowers, they have custom silks, Bridgewater candles. They want you to plan your parties early at a wide delivery area. They're located at 3420 Ridge Road in Lansing, or you can call 708-474-1212. Weddings, funerals, birthdays, anniversaries, and guys, try the No Reason flower. Believe me, it works. Lansing Floral Shop. Give them a call, 708-474-1212. Little Frank's Pizzeria and Bar has good stuff. 6353 West 79th, right by Narragansett. Thursday, $1.50 Miller and Old Style. My trivia game, Thursday, January 17th at 8 p.m. Be there or be square. $12 large pizza and pitcher all day, every day. Little Frank's, 79th in Narragansett. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie. Does tune-ups, transmission, AC service, engine repair, tire repair, oil changes, and emission system repair. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., and they've done a great job for me. Perfect Pitch Auto Repair at 108th and Kedzie. Ignatz Ristorante has Benkowski Trivia, 2421 South Oakley. The next show will be Friday, February 22nd at 7:30 p.m. Topics like music, movies, TV, Chicago street sports, and more. The last show was a big hit. This one will be too at Ignatz on Oakley. Some of our favorite fights of the last couple years. Although they never got up to 400 penalty minutes per season, the two most prominent Blackhawk fighters of the 80s, in my assessment, particularly from a success point of view, were Al Secord and Dave Manson, both prominent in their own right. In fact, I don't recall Secord losing. Now that leads us to a man who did achieve over 400 penalty minutes, that man, Mike Peluso. Under normal conditions, Peluso would have been in the thick of this, but for some reason he backs off, while Cam Russell, who now is the current #1 fighter on the Blackhawks in terms of minutes, goes head-to-head with a certain member of the New Jersey Devils. And even though Cam, for the most part, is not victorious, despite the great enjoyment of those stadium fans, I would have to say that Russell is clearly the most willing Chicago Blackhawk to mix it up at any given moment, even though his results somewhat resemble the legendary Keith Magnuson, who fought all comers, if not beat all comers. Certainly in the staring contest aspect of this, coming up, Cam is a clear winner. As far as the enemy goes, no matter what uniform he's in, Basil McRae is a key antagonist of the Blackhawks and an enemy of Blackhawk fans. Here is a St. Louis Blue. He classically trades them with Steve Smith of the Hawks. And of course, McRae was an enemy as a Minnesota North Star, and even as a member a short while as a Tampa Bay Lightning when he was involved in a fight with Stu Grimson, which resulted in McRae and a broken leg. But in this particular one, Steve Smith put the stick down in time and was just about to take command here, but couldn't quite get the jersey away. Another classic bout for these guys. Now here's one against the hated Red Wings that takes the cake as the longest total bout of the year. Jocelyn Lemieux mixing it up in the corner, trying to get the puck.
And of course, he's attacked by the Red Wings' Bob Helkaitis. Now, while that thing gets situated, you'll see Cam Russell and the Red Wings' Darren McCarty start mixing it up. Now, here's an interesting subplot to these double bouts. Give Troy Murray a tremendous amount of credit for keeping the legendary fighter Bob Probert at bay right there as he tries to get involved in either or both of these messes. Bob Probert, of course, the longtime tough guy of the NHL, arguably still the NHL's toughest, and never saw him lose a fight either. But Troy Murray manages to keep him at bay while the rest of the situation goes on. Now, meanwhile, McCarty, even though it looked like he was pounding on Cam Russell, got a blast to the face and was bloodied, and he will try to wreak some revenge here with his jersey off in a classic John L. Sullivan kind of pose. Now check carefully the right eye of McCarty, because that's the one where the big shot was given. And you got to give Cam Russell credit for him staying with this bout, because it looked like he was down about 3 separate times, but he kept coming back. Now keep in mind, this is the regular NHL officials too. And I was amazed they let this thing go as long as they did. I would call it borderline irresponsible. See that little try to jam Cam's head into the ice? Also, McCarty getting his blood all over Russell's jersey, but it's McCarty's blood. You can verify that if you checked out that right eye. Anyway, this was classic action from this year at Chicago Stadium, and the fans certainly loved it, and we hope you did too. Now, on a personal note, back in 1989, actor Jim Belushi cut my tie off with a switchblade, and 4 years later, I was about to get my revenge with the scissors here in the Blackhawk locker room. Now, would this escalate into a full-scale brawl? Time will tell. But Belushi, the unofficial mascot of the Blackhawks from the Hollywood point of view, here chatting with Jeremy Roenick, doesn't see me. I'm ready to get revenge, but unfortunately, he doesn't have a tie on. So what will I trim off the former Saturday Night Live star? Something to think about. Now, I gotta tell you, the difference between us is I'm goofing around every time we have these blade confrontations on camera, and I don't know if it's from being in Hollywood and not being accustomed to live television, but Jim always looks a little bit too serious when he starts doing this stuff. Maybe it's because he hangs around with Steve McMichael, who, of course, has been known to do this sort of thing on TV. But anyway, I don't trust him with a sharp object. The Bulls without Michael Jordan, next.
I eat on the pasta twice just...
Salerno's Restaurant and Pizzeria at Grand and Racine is the place to go before United Center Pavilion, Bulls, Hawks, Cubs, and Sox too. Dine in or carry out with great family recipes, including homemade pastas, steaks, seafood, a great fun bar area. Meet people, have a tremendous time. At Salerno's Restaurant and Pizzeria, Grand and Racine, you'll find a great variety of foods for you to enjoy at Salerno's. You've got to get to George's Sports Bar, 5407 West 95th Street. Buck Bottles, Tuesday and Thursday. $1.50 domestic bottles, Sunday and Wednesday. DJ on Friday. Golden Tea. And the NFL ticket on Sundays with multiple games. George's Sports Bar, 5407 West 95th. Swanson's Deli, Beverly Ritz Catering. Homemade soups and salads, fresh sandwiches, eat in or take out. Daily specials for lunch or dinner, and home of the famous cheese ball at 2414 West 103rd Street at Western. You've got to get there, and their catering serves any size. Swanson's Deli, Beverly Ritz Catering, 2414 West 103rd Street at Western in Chicago. Reggie's is a great place with tons of music, interesting people and staff, great food and drink at 21st and State. And amongst the cool things they have, Benkowski Trivia. I'll be back on Monday, January 21st at 7 p.m. Be looking for you at Reggie's, 21st and State, a cool place. Another edition of the Benkowski Sports Spotlight, and we are back at Chicago Stadium for basketball. to discuss the end of the Michael Jordan era, and I must tell you, the feeling that I have, confined to a single word, is eerie. That is the feeling with this current crop of Bulls. I think I'll get used to it, and you should too, but it was weird here in the opening game against the Seattle Supersonics. Scott Williams was excellent in the early going. Corey Blunt also showing more than potential. But the Sonics could be the team to beat in the West, not the team you wanted to play in the first go-round. And with Scottie Pippen and Horace Grant out of the lineup, Tony Kukoc was under great pressure. We talked to him about whether the third quarter was when he started to feel good about himself.
Maybe that was nice, but that's not basketball. We still lost the game by 19, I think, and but it's just 5-6 days of practice. This team is that long, and I think we're gonna play much better. Now we don't have so much of confidence in ourselves. You know, everyone is new here. A lot of guys actually is new, watching for plays, but next couple of games we will improve for sure.
Certainly you're aware that exhibition games, even though you want to win, are designed to make your team work its system. I mean, you want to win, but that's not the number one important thing. Isn't it a little too early to get upset about a win or a loss?
As soon as we start to win, the better it will be for us. But I told you, it's just 5 days of practice and the first game, so we'll get better.
Tony, Phil said you were nervous. He felt you were nervous, Phil Jackson. Were you nervous?
No, not much. Not much. Just after I miss those 2 free throws, and I missed a layup after the rebound. I was not happy about that, but things happen.
Was there a moment here where after a particular basket or a play you made where you felt a greater sense of belonging?
Oh, after that dunk I got, that kind of loosened me up. You know, I wasn't real nervous before the game. I just wanted to go out and perform well. And, you know, I thought I did all right. I need to work on some things, but I think it'll come.
What teammates did you felt you had the best mix with? Did you find yourself in sync with anybody, passing wise or looking down court for them?
No, I think, you know, we're basically all trying to learn the offense. A lot of new guys are on this team, so we're all trying to work together and learn the offense. And, you know, when I was out there with any group, I felt comfortable. It's just, you know, seeing what each other is trying to read off each other.
And that's about all the time we have. We appreciate you watching, and we'll be back to see you next week here on The Spotlight. This week's show has been brought to you by the Lansing Floral Shop. Call for your flowers at 708-474-1212. Huck Finn, a great wide-ranging menu, along with donuts and ice cream. Open 24 hours at Archer and Damon, 67th and Pulaski, and 105th and Cicero. In-print graphics, leaders in booklet, perfect bound saddle stitch, very competitive pricing, 708-396-1010.